In this video, we're going to have a look at main clauses. A main clause is a group of words containing a verb and a subject that carries out the verb. It makes sense on its own as a sentence and it contains a complete thought. They're sometimes called independent clauses because they stand independently on their own. Some examples of main clauses are: we flew some colourful kites, the dog chased the ball, the skier jumped, the sun was shining and I felt happy. A main clause can have other clauses or phrases added to it. However, the parts that make up the main clause will still stay the same. Let's take a look at the main clause, the dog chased the ball. We can add a subordinate clause before the main clause so that the sentence becomes, after having a long nap, the dog chased the ball. Although the sentence is now longer, the dog chased the ball is still a main clause because it's the part of the sentence that contains a verb and a subject and that makes sense on its own. Let's take a look at our first question. Here you're being asked to underline the main clause in the sentence. You'll need to look for the part of the sentence that contains a verb and a subject and makes sense on its own. The sentence is, when my alarm sounded, I got out of bed. What part of this sentence is the main clause? Well done if you said, I got out of bed. This part of the sentence makes sense on its own. For our next question, you're being asked to tick the sentence that has a correctly underlined main clause. Let's take a look at the sentences. The musky rat kangaroo, which has an excellent name, is my favourite animal. The cows had escaped despite a brand new fence being installed. The bluebells flowered underneath the woodland canopy. The large heavy snake was draped over the child's shoulders. Which of the underlined words expresses a complete thought and makes sense on its own? Well done if you said the cows had escaped. This clause makes sense on its own and expresses a complete thought. Therefore, it's a main clause. For our final question, you're being asked to put a tick in each box that is below a main clause. Pause your video now and hit play when you've got an answer. Do you have your answer ready? Great, let's take a look at the sentence. During our PE lesson, we ran around the playground and we learnt a new game. Which boxes are below a main clause? Let's take a look at the answers. We ran around the playground is a main clause, and we learnt a new game is a main clause. They each express a complete thought, contain a subject and a verb, and make sense on their own. Well done if you got that question right. Hoo-yah! If you found this video helpful, then remember that we've got lots more videos just like this over on the Twinkl website.